We're live. Hello. People are here. I'm late. Sorry. Little last minute things I forgot to do. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a good weekend, had a good weekend, and all that good stuff. Hopefully, everybody's doing good. Haven't talked to you guys since last week. I didn't get any live streams in this week during the week. Unfortunately, with Christmas and family, and I just worked 45 hours in the last 3 days. That was nice. Hey, Sky One. Hello. What's going on? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you being here again. We got a few people coming in. Cool. All right. Sorry I'm late, guys. A couple last minute pit stops before I got in here I could forgot to do. So I am here now. Luckily, I didn't miss everybody. I'm glad you guys waited. It's a miserable, cold, windy, horrible, snowy day out there today and night. I was up north of here last night by Ravenna, Nebraska and Grand Island, Nebraska up on Highway 2. And boy, was it rough up there last night. And it really wasn't bad down here. When I came back this morning from being up there, it wasn't bad at all down here, but now it looks like we're getting a little bit of that kind of stuff that they had last night. Had about a 70-mile round trip between Grand Island and Ravenna, and it took me, I think it was just about a little less, just short of 3 hours to do that little round trip. That's how bad the roads were. And it was really scary being out there. There was, you really couldn't tell where the road was at points, and the snow was coming at you straight, so hard and such huge flakes. It was really hard to concentrate and not get hypnotized by the snow. And you had to keep concentrating to pay attention if you're on the road. There really weren't any tracks in the snow or anything. So it was an interesting night, to say the least. I saw a couple cars in the ditch. And, which I actually expected to see more than that, because it was probably the slipperiest roads I've ever driven on in my life. And I was in a four-wheel drive expedition and everything, and it was just so slick. You couldn't go above about 20, or the truck would start to get all out of whack because it would just lose traction so bad. It was really bad. Very high stress driving last night, but we got it done, and only had to make the one trip back and forth. Usually I make about 4 or 5 of those in a night. I only did the one last night, and then a couple of shorter ones just to some crossings and stuff like that. Yeah, I like snowy nights like that sometimes too, but boy, that snow is rough. And it had rained for 2 days before that. And then as I was getting up there last night, hey, Becky's here. As I was getting up there last night, it started to there was like an ice storm. And then the ice came down on the roads and everything was frozen, and then the snowstorm hit. So there was about 6 to 8 inches of snow on top of the ice that was already formed on top of the road. And there was no plows. I didn't see a snow plow for the first 4 or 5 hours of the night. Never saw one. I think they were waiting for it to just get done. John Quinn, hello. How's it going, John Quinn? How's everybody doing tonight? Anyway, that's my snow story for last night. Oh, cool, Sky. You got your shine armor going. Tail Happy, what's up? I was a little bit late, Tail Happy. I got here at like 7:48. I was running a little bit late. Had a couple things I needed to take care of that I had spaced out before I got on here. So, yeah, shine armor is pretty good stuff. I do like it. What's up, Kevin Singer? How you doing? Thanks for coming in, Kevin. Get in the kitty and get moving. I got to catch up on some of the YouTube videos. I've been watching a lot of YouTube on the job while I'm sitting and waiting. But for some reason, I've been watching a lot of sports stuff on there. I don't even know why. I just kind of got stuck in that loop the last couple of nights, sitting there waiting for people. Get back to the car stuff. Went and saw Ford versus Ferrari today. Finally went to see it. Been meaning to see it since it came out. I finally got around to it today. And man, was that a great movie. I wish I had seen it before. Definitely a good movie. Really enjoyed it. Watching the Seahawks. Not a Seahawk fan here. That's okay, though. We all have our teams. I haven't been watching the NFL for the last couple of years, really, but lifelong Bronco fan here. So. Hey, we got 12 people. Cool. Nice little stream. I think the cold weather across most of the country should help with YouTube stuff because there's nothing else to do. Watch football and watch YouTube. Blue Suit, how's it going? Blue Suit, how are you? Enjoying the Tesla very much. I haven't gotten a chance to use it a whole lot. You guys pretty much saw it in the videos. That's how much I've used it. I drove it to the movie theater today, but that's like 4 blocks from here. So I'm still trying to figure out all the stuff that it does, but it's pretty cool. Enjoy it a lot. It's a fun car, interesting car, kind of a crazy, weird car, and especially around a small town in the middle of Nebraska. A lot of people don't know anything about it, so they think we're just absolutely insane. Kim took the Challenger out today when I was coming back into town. I saw her cruising around the Challenger. We passed each other, so she took that out, and then I got to take Tesla out a little later. And the rate Tesla's going, it'll do your laundry. Yeah, with the updates, yeah. Yeah, it's a cool car. Definitely different. Ours has about 250 miles range, John, and depending on how you charge it, it takes different times. There's Tesla Supercharger. It doesn't take very long at all. Right now, we're hooking it up to a regular outlet at home, so it only charges about 6 miles per hour. And but we're getting some stuff we're getting some things done with the charging situation here at home. So we're gonna hopefully increase that by quite a bit here very shortly. And that ours is the lowest Tesla you can get as far as range and stuff. So, hey, Chad's here. What's up, Chad? Chad, is it snowing up there? You guys got hit pretty hard, didn't you? I was up in Ravenna up on Highway 2 last night, and it was just horrible, really bad. No business being out on the roads, even with the 4-wheel drive vehicle we were driving. Oh man, Sky, you dropped your wife's new battery on the cement before you got to install it. Oh God, that's not good. You glued it? Batteries are getting expensive. I used to sell batteries there for a while. Boy, they were really getting up there in price. We might just take it back and say it was broke. Yeah, batteries are getting pricey. Oh, that's not bad. See, our cheapest batteries were about 149, 149 or 159. I think were our lowest ones, all the way up to 250 or 3, depending on what kind of battery you're getting. But sometimes I'd have people come in that were like really broke, and I could tell, and they needed a battery, and I'd tell them the price on the batteries, and they'd just be like, "Oh," and they didn't know what to do. And I knew of other options like that where you could get them a lot cheaper. And I'm not a great salesman. I pretty much be honest with people sometimes and let them know, hey, you can get a cheaper one. So I'm just not that good at selling stuff. I'm too honest. Like, you don't need that. There's a lot. I was always that way with things. I'm not good at selling people stuff they don't need. Normally we did install it, but if they asked us to, we sometimes would if we had time. Oh, so Chad, you came back from Denver to home yesterday. So yeah, that had to be pretty rough up through there. I was out there on Highway 2 with Ravenna to Grand Island. It's 35 miles, 70-mile round trip, and it took me 3 hours. Well, just short of 3 hours, like 3 hours and 55 minutes, and there was maybe a 5-minute stopping time at the depot in Ravenna. I pulled up and let some people out, and then some more people got in. It was, so basically a driving time, 2 hours and 50 minutes to go 70 miles. It was pretty rough. There were times when I was going like 15 miles an hour or 10 miles an hour. Every time we get around 20, 25, the car would start to get real squirrely on the roads, and the snow was getting deep, and it was kind of taking the car where it wanted to, it was pretty rough. It was a little stressful. Some of the people at work just refused, and they just went home. They weren't going to deal with it. I was one of the ones that said I would stay and deal with it. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't like I got out about halfway out there. About halfway through it, I started thinking, man, what have I gotten myself into? Maybe I should have been like everybody else, but it was okay. We got through it. Yeah, I moved to Florida. Sounds good. Yeah, also the Tesla out here in the cold, freezing cold weather isn't a great deal either. The battery does not like the batteries don't like they don't like cold weather very much. So we'll have it charged up to 220 miles or something in the morning when she leaves for work on her 130-mile round trip she takes to work. And by the time she gets back, she'll be down to almost nothing on that because when it's cold, the range isn't as good. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Probably can't. The wind is blowing so hard, it's whistling through the windows and moving the house a little bit. Todd Snake, what's up? Todd Snake, hello. Welcome back to the super fun chat room live stream. I have my little ceramic heater going in here again, so if you hear that, ignore it. I don't think it's making very much noise. Blue Suit Reviews. You're late to the party, but what do you think about the Tesla truck? I think at first I was like, what the heck is that thing? But the more I look at it, the more I learn about it, and the more I kind of want one now. So I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. She's over the range anxiety. The first day she did. She got really paranoid the first day she took it up there. And then when she came back out, she was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What if I don't get home? And she made it home with enough to spare and everything. But once you get used to kind of knowing how it's going to react and all that, the range anxiety goes away. She's taken it to the supercharger up there once, which is a little bit north of where she works, quite a ways actually north. So it's not worth stopping there all the time because you got to go out of your way to it. But yeah, hopefully we'll be getting the charging situation at home a little bit better, going a little bit better. So we'll be able to charge it up a lot quicker because there's been a couple days now where she just couldn't take it to work. We have a bunch of other cars. So she didn't take it to work a couple of days just because by the time she got home and got it plugged in, it really wasn't enough time for her to leave again the next morning and have enough to get there and back. Those are the times I get to use it. The Tail Happy's enjoying his new Hellcat. That's awesome. You haven't driven it much. I got to get out and enjoy my Challenger a little bit more. I haven't had a whole lot of chance to do that lately either. Been working a lot, so I'm jealous here watching Tail Happy talk about his Hellcat. It is really windy out there. You can hear it blowing on the house. Whew. It's going to be cold. Oh, if I get called out to work, I'm going to have to leave early to get the car cleared off. It's all iced up and everything. Blue Suit Review says, speaking of Hellcats, the market is full of 15s and 16s with low mileage. Yeah, it'd be a good time to look for an older used one. Older, they're not that old to begin with, but you know what I mean. The first couple of model years. Good time to, if somebody was interested, which I kind of am, but since we just dropped all the money on a Tesla, it'll probably be a while. John Quinn says, you only have the budget for an SXT or maybe an RT. Do you think it's worth it to get those or wait to save for a Scat Pack or better? John, I would say you at least want to get the RT. Kind of depends, although, if you think you could pay it down quite a bit in a couple of years and then maybe move up to a Scat Pack or something else. Or because I promise you, you're gonna want at least a 6.4 if you get the RT. If you get the SXT, you're gonna want an RT, and you know how it works. You know how that goes. So I would say, just depending on your situation and how fast you can pay down on it, if you want to go ahead and get an RT and get it paid off or paid way down fairly quickly, and then maybe move to a Scat Pack or something in a couple of years. Or just wait, save up. Either way. Michael White. What's up, Michael White? Hello. Thanks for being here. He said, hey, Joey, this is your first time watching my live stream, but you do watch my videos. Thank you very much for watching the videos. I always appreciate that. I appreciate all the support from everybody. Thanks a lot, Michael, and thanks for being here for the live stream. We do this every Sunday night at 7:45 Central Time because I'm in Nebraska, and unless I get called into work. There's been, I think, one time when I missed it because of work. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, John Quinn. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the SXT, really. I mean, it's still got 305 horsepower, I think it is. But I think you're not going to want the. You're going to wish immediately that you had at least the 5.7. Sky, you had a VW GTI ride your ass. I think you underestimated your suspension. Yeah. Yeah, John, the RT is not a whole lot more, and yeah, it's going to sound a lot better and give you a little more power. It's a V8. You can at least say you got the V8, and yeah. Yeah, RT is lots of fun. It's a good car, good engine, and sounds really good, fairly quick. Looks good. Car looks cool, Yeah, some of the 5.7s sound really good. They really do. I miss my 392. I haven't been able to drive it. That's true. If you do live, yeah, I don't know. Just Dave brings up a good point with the all-wheel drive there. I've heard it's a good engine. I don't know really much about it, but everyone says it is. Boise City is here. What's up, Boise City? Hey, man, what's up? Thanks for coming in again. Nice little crowd. This crappy weather, I think, helps. Yeah, John, you're going to want that sound and that little extra power, and the ability to say, yeah, I got the V8. So yeah, I think you should at least get the 5.7 until you can move up, or maybe you won't even want to move up. Who knows? Boise City enjoying the snow. Yeah, we got nailed out here too. I was in a pretty sticky situation last night. There you go, John Quinn. This guy's 5.7 Challenger, 6-speed, put down 358 on the dyno. Yeah, you gotta have that Hemi. Chad saw an RT all driving a Charger ripping around the snow yesterday. It would have been a fun. I tried to take the after the movie. We had to drive. We drove around for a couple of minutes, and I went up to a parking lot of the now closed Shopko store here in town, hoping that it would be snowpacked and I could try to have a little fun in the Tesla, but there wasn't enough. I couldn't lose traction in it very well. You went out and tested some SUVs. Cool. Michael Wade says you got to have the Hemi with the 6-speed manual. I love the 6-speed manual, man. It's too much fun. I know it's slower, but it's so much damn fun. I must be getting old. I can't get the lid off my iced tea. What the hell? Ah, there we go. Nothing like some ice cold tea on a nice frozen night. Yeah, it must be childproof. I'll tell you what, on that road last night, I was glad to be in that Ford Expedition with the 4-wheel drive and everything. I was really happy to be driving that last night because it was really, really bad out there. It was weird. It was, it's a pretty decent highway usually, but you wouldn't have known you were on the highway last night. You felt like you were driving through some farmer's road or something in the winter. It was, big drifts and snow, and you could barely tell where you were going. It was rough. And even with the 4-wheel drive and everything, it was still pretty rough. It never felt like I was going to get stuck or anything, but it just was just so damn slippery. It was just so slick. I grew up learning to drive in Colorado and snowstorms out there and the mountains and everything else. And then Nebraska, always lived places, always driven in the snow. It doesn't intimidate me one bit. But boy, last night, there was a couple of times when I was like, what the hell am I doing out here? This is not good. But we got through it. So thanks, Ford. Your vehicle got us through. Cabbage burgers? What the hell's a cabbage burger? Yeah, Boise, let's hear something funny. Cabbage burger. So Happy says his Hellcat is his first automatic, but you like it? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I would probably love the automatic too if I had it. And like if I want to get my dream car, which is a Hellcat Red Eye, then I would have no choice but to have the automatic. Todd says a hard pass on the cabbage burger. Also, Sky had cooked scallops, rice, and asparagus tonight. Nice. You still try to put the clutch pedal in, yeah. It's like me when I get in the Saturn. I try the shift pattern for the Scat Pack. Reverse is in a different place. There's no sixth gear, of course, and I still try both of those. And I think I told you guys a story about when I used to drive forklifts every day, and I get in my car and hit the turn signal stalk to go forward and backwards. I did that quite a few times. Boise City, you got banned from a Toyota dealership for driving too fast. How'd you manage that? Ooh, a 70 Gran Torino Fastback. Beautiful car. Ooh, for Christmas. Damn. Oh, it's on the tree ornament. Okay. I was going to see if she had any sisters or anything. Yeah, 70 Gran Torino is a great looking. What a beautiful car that was. The Fastback. Yeah, pull over speeding on a test drive. They'd let you go on that one. Oh, I got had a state trooper experience a couple nights ago on my way to work. It was pouring down rain, and I was trying to adjust the speed of the wipers. It's on the same stalk as the brights, you know. And as I was messing with it, somehow I pulled back on the stalk, and it flashed the lights at a car that was just coming right at me, not very far ahead of me. And of course, that had to be a state trooper. So he turned on all of his lights and his spotlight on me. And then he went off to the side of the road like he was going to turn around and come behind me and pull me over. And I thought, oh, crap, but he didn't. He just pulled over. And then he just turned off all his stuff and kept on going the other way. But I was like, oh, my God. I wasn't trying to flash my lights at him. I just screwed up trying to adjust the wipers. So it was a couple moments of going, oh, man, I'm going to get pulled over. This is going to suck. He's never going to believe me. He's just going to think I'm some butthead trying to flash my lights at him. And I wasn't. It was just purely by mistake. And of all the cars coming, of the 150 cars I passed on that stretch of highway, I did it 300 feet in front of a state trooper right in his face. Blue suit's a state trooper? All right. So Boise, you went too fast, and the dealership got butthurt and scared down snow. You only went 5 miles over, and that's crazy. Yeah, I had one stick his hand out the window once and went like this. Like I think he was telling me to slow down. We were coming at each other and he just went. I was like, okay. I felt like turning around and catching him saying, I swear to God, I wasn't doing that on purpose. It was just an accident. So we drive a bunch of different vehicles at work, and this one was I couldn't quite remember where the wiper things were to adjust the wiper speeds and everything. And as I was messing with it, I just pulled back a little bit accidentally somehow and flashed probably blinded him. Good times. Yep. Get the occasional warning. It's always good. Better than getting pulled over. I don't do a lot of speeding, actually. People think I do because of the cars that I have and stuff, or the car that I have. And I don't really do a lot of speeding for short little stretches. I do. Like if I'm out in the middle of nowhere and I feel like doing a quick pull or something, I will. There's no other cars around. But as far as just cruising down the highway, I don't really speed. So even though I have a fast car and I have a radar detector up in the window, I don't know why I even bother because I don't speed enough to ever need one. It is cool though to play with. I like the radar detector. It works really well. I always know when there's a cop coming up for the most part, unless it's just me and him and there's nobody else around. But if he's checked anybody else up ahead for half a mile or a mile or so, then I get a little warning. Even though I'm not speeding, it's still kind of cool. Yeah, Scott, I've heard Virginia is really strict, and I think Virginia is the only state in the U.S. that radar detectors are not allowed. Kansas is really bad too. If you drive anywhere down through Kansas, lots of state troopers and lots of county cops and stuff like that everywhere. On the trip from here to Newton a few days ago, down Highway US 81, which turns into Interstate 135 eventually, I must have saw 20 cops. That would have been Christmas Eve. He had man bun and skinny jeans. Well, he's probably 5 over is probably a lot to him. Becky, where was trying to drive your car off and going too fast on? I just have like a mid-range, not very expensive, to Beltronics X. I want to say XR65. I looked at like a million reviews of the ones in my price range, and it was the one that they suggested. So it works pretty well. It's nothing fancy. I wish it had the GPS lockout on it, where you could lock out certain signals because you drive past them all the time and drive you crazy. Yeah, yeah, boys. You know Toyotas, if that's what they're going to be like. Shit. Chad says, "Does your radar detector pick up automatic doors and some security?" Yeah, it picks up automatic doors at stores a lot, and that's why we should have that GPS lockout where you can lock it out, so it knows not to warn you of that signal. Because there's a couple places every time I drive by, it goes off. Yeah, see, you just the Valentine one. That's one of the really there's 3 or 4 out there that are really awesome and they're really expensive and they're fantastic units and they do everything in the world. Mine was like $170. It's nothing, but it does do a good job of warning you. It just does some annoying things like every time you drive past certain stores, it goes off. Yeah, I need to get something. There's a few different ones out there. Chad's got a Whistler that you bought 25 years ago. It still works. Yeah, I have no complaints again about mine not working as far as giving you lots of warning. It just you can't lock out stuff, which sucks. Yeah, that's true. The warnings aren't that big of a deal. You kind of get used to it. There's a little mute button on the power cord, which I just reach over and if you you get so used to it, you just kind of don't even think about it anymore. It'll mute it for that signal, and if it picks up a different signal, the mute comes off. Yeah, there's lots of common sense things too. Like you're right, Sky, because you know where they're going to be hiding. There's certain places where you know they're going to be, and especially if you travel certain highways and there's little favorite spots where they like to be. Just be careful. Yeah, let someone else be in front of you. That's always good too. You don't want to be the one leading the pack out there flying past everybody. Hey, Chad, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate you coming in. Stay warm up there, dude. Yeah, I enjoy those tofu burgers or whatever that was. Cabbage burgers. Tofu. This guy says you had two cars following you when you were home, but the cops pulled over the middle car. Huh. Well, that's interesting, huh? You think they'd get the guy in front? I don't know. Boise City, you wash your car in the middle of a snowstorm. I'm not that hardcore. I'll wash it when it's cold out, but I hate even talking about this because you bring it on. I haven't gotten pulled over in a long time. I got pulled over in that Toyota Prius one night because I didn't have the headlights on. Pulled out of a local convenience store here in town, and the parking lot is like daylight. At nighttime, it's so lit up, and when I pulled out, I didn't realize I hadn't turned my lights on. And by the time I realized it, a block and a half or so later, a cop had jumped all over me, and he thought I was. I didn't get a ticket. He was just checking to see if I was drunk, and I wasn't. So yeah, the snow slides right off of that shine armor. It is good stuff. I like it. I love the way that it goes on and comes off so easy, and it really does protect the car. It's nice that there's some other products kind of like it, but it's really, as far as the application and then wiping it back off, it's really the easiest one. I am currently out of shine armor though. Sky, I've not tried the Rain-X detailer or wax. I have tried the Rain-X waterless wash, which is pretty good, but it's a little bit hard to get back off the car as opposed to the Meguiar's waterless, which is similar to the shine armor, the way you use it, and it comes off similar to that. It's real easy. Boise City says, word of advice, if you're ever at a dealership, you see a salesman with a man bun, run. Yeah, I don't. I'd probably. Yeah, Red X is making all kinds of stuff now. They do a bunch of car wash stuff, a bunch of detailing stuff. Steve Fitzpatrick, what's up? Yeah, that's pretty much good. That's good. Unless you're looking for an interior decorator or someone to design some clothes for you, or that's not a stereotype, is it? My favorite color for the Challenger is the Octane Red because I'm partial to that, obviously. But I like them all, though. Really, it's a car that looks good in all the colors. I think it really does. I like the triple nickel a lot. I like the black. Always looks good if you can keep it clean, of course. And then they've got the new the Hellraisin color is beautiful. I think. Sky says the best looking Challenger is black on black shaker. That does look really good. I like that Hellraisin color though. It's beautiful. I think if I could get a hold of one of the, it's just a nice color. I love the Go Mango Just Dave. Yeah, I do. I really like that color, and I might have gone with that, except that Kim doesn't like it. Yeah, the Go Mango is it's a good, really nice color, in my opinion. Yeah, the Hellraiser is nice too. Dukes of yeah, it is kind of a little bit Dukes of Hazzardish. Boise, if you live in anywhere in Nebraska, avoid the Toyota dealership in Grand Island, Nebraska, too. They could have sold Kim a car one day, but the guy who was talking to her, the salesman, some other girl walked in. I don't know if it was someone he knew or someone he had the hots for or whatever the issue was, but he just said, "Oh, I'll be right back," and ran off to talk to this other girl, and never came back. So we just left. He probably could have sold her a car that day if he was a good salesman. And I'm glad he didn't because now we have a Tesla instead. But that was just one guy, though. I can't blame the whole dealership. But you know, sometimes you feel like that when you get one person. I'm trying to think. I think it's called Cornhusker Toyota up there. I believe that's it. I like the B5 Blue a lot. That's another one that Kim didn't care for. I like the that blue. It was a looks black almost or gray, but it actually had a blue tint to it. Um, Maximum Steel. It was like a dark grayish color, but when the sun hit it, there was a blue tint on it. I really like that. They discontinued that color now for this year, but I like that color a lot. F8 green is. I go back and forth on the F8 green. I don't know. Sometimes I love it, and other times I'm kind of getting sick of it, and then I like it again. Torred's good. Indigo Blue is a good one. They just something about especially the Challengers. I think they look something about that car looks pretty good no matter what color you put it in. Steve Fitzpatrick says he was at a dealership but it was ignored. Yeah, Dodge is one of the better companies for colors. They give a lot of options for a lot of people. Whatever your taste is, they're probably going to have something that you're going to like, whether you want something crazy or something more conservative. They kind of give it all to you. And some of the other companies are starting to come around too. I know for a while, GM was really bad. Colors were terrible. You get like black, white, gray, silver, beige. There was like nothing interesting in plain red. And then what else? Oh, Toyota. Toyota's color palette is pretty crappy too. At least it was last time I looked. We were looking at cars for her. And it was like, yeah, their color options were terrible. It's like Ford in the 1920s or something. One asks when I am uploading videos about the Tesla. I've uploaded a couple so far. They're not doing very well, so people like the Challenger. I think my channel is more of a Challenger channel, but I'll do a lot of Tesla stuff on there too, of course, now. But done a couple. The one I tried to do with the delivery was completely a mess because everything happened at a different time and a different way that I expected. So it was just kind of like, oh, I'll just hold the camera up because I don't know what else to do. All my ideas flew out the window because it all happened differently than what was planned. Yeah, I kind of think Challengers look good in an obnoxious color. Go green. Yeah, I'm still working on that, Todd. That's the viewer's car thing. That's going to take some sitting down and going through a bunch of emails and then downloading all the pictures and all that. It's a little bit of a. I got to plan that one out and sit down and do it. I keep saying I'm gonna, and I just never. So it never seems like the right moment to. And the longer it goes, the harder it gets because I get more pictures. So I got to catch up on that. Maybe I can do it in a couple of videos or something. The Destroyer Gray, I think, is a cool color. I know a lot of people don't like it. They say it's too plain or it looks like primer, but I think it's a cool color. I like it. They discontinued that one as well. Not a big fan of white cars, but the Challenger looks nice. There was a beautiful Hellcat up at the Dodge dealership in Grand Island, Nebraska. White with the, I don't know if it was the black stripes or the carbon stripes or whatever, racing stripes. It looked so good. Looked really, really good. I will be putting everybody's cars on there. So if anybody who hasn't sent a car yet, do so. But yeah, all the ones that I've got built up, I will be getting into videos. Just Grazy, sitting there staring at the computer screen is not doing it. Pick a topic to talk about. I let the topic kind of flow wherever it goes to. We're talking about car colors at the moment for Challengers and Chargers, or anything else for that matter. This is what we do though here, Just Gray. This is what we do. We just hang out. I don't even necessarily guide the conversation that much. I kind of let it go wherever it goes. We talk about whatever everybody wants to talk about. So thanks for being here though. Appreciate it. Oh, Boise City has bad reviews on the. Ah, crap. Just Day says no relation. I think the wind's died down a little bit. It's not. I don't hear it blowing now. Maybe we won't get too much snow. I need to look at the Yeah, I could do that. It would be cool if we do a call-in thing. Maybe I could set that up. I'll have to look up how to do all that. That would be fun. I tried to get Kim to. I said we get 2 chairs here and she could come and do this, but she just washed her hair and it's wet. So maybe I could. That was her excuse. So maybe I can talk her into it on a night when she can get her hair the way she likes it first. Boise City says you're thinking of buying a Jeep Renegade. Any thoughts on the vehicle? What do you guys think? I don't know much about the Jeeps, to tell you the truth. They look cool. I like them, but I don't honestly don't know a heck of a lot about them. Just Dave says, but I generally pick a few colors, look at pictures and stuff. It always takes a while to decide. Yeah, I usually decide stuff like that at the last minute because I'll go back and forth between 100 different things, and then when the time comes, take a deep breath and pick one. That's kind of what happened with the Challenger. We had black and Octane Red and Maximum Steel and Destroyer Gray. I think those were our colors. And I think the Octane Red that day was kind of our favorite on that day because we had just seen one. We thought it looked really good, and that was kind of a hot topic that day. And then we didn't really know we were going to order a car that day. And then when we did, we picked that color because it was on our mind that day. Yeah, it is. They do look, most colors look a lot different depending on whether it's bright sunlight or overcast, indoors, different times of the day, even, you know. Yeah, Maximum Steel. I've never actually seen a Maximum Steel Challenger in real life, only in videos and on pictures. But I did. I really liked it in the videos and stuff. I thought it would be really cool. There was a lady salesman from one of the dealerships somewhere, I forget where, and she made a video and she showed the Maximum Steel. And she like was moving the door around so you could see it in the different with the sun shining on at different angles and stuff to try to show you how it had blue in it. And it was pretty cool. I really liked it, but. Yeah, it looks black or dark gray, but then there's blue in it. It's definitely blue. Yeah, the colors on the computer don't get it. And actually, the first when I looked at the color palette on the website, Octane Red wasn't even on my radar screen because it just looked like it was kind of this weird pinkish purple weird color. It didn't look right. And then when I saw one, I was like, "Oh, what color is that?" And that must be that one color that I don't really like on the thing. And sure enough, that's what it was. But I loved it in real life. This guy says it gets hot in North Carolina, so you want the white knuckle. That probably helps a little bit. Yeah, we got the white. The reason we went the white Tesla is because it's the only paint color that comes with the price. Everything else is $750, $1,000, or $2,000 for any of the other colors. And I'm really glad that we got it though, because I really like it in white, and I really like the. It's got a realness to it. It really looks like it's a nice color. It's not just kind of like a plain white. It's got a real pearl tone to it. It's really hard to pick up in the videos and stuff, but it's there. Johnny's Garage, welcome in. Thanks for being here, Johnny. So I'm glad you like the flag. I love the flag. Thanks for being here, man. I think the white knuckle is a little bit of pearl, isn't it? So I think that's the color of that Hellcat I was looking at that I was so in love with, even though I'm not a huge fan of white cars normally. Johnny, you got a Hellcat, Green Go Hellcat. Cool. That's a great color. We were just talking about how many great colors there really are. The car looks good in every color. Okay, Pearl was in 2016. Just a bright white. I was thinking it had some pearlness to it, maybe. I guess not. I'm no paint expert, but I heard a lot of bad things about Tesla paint jobs, but ours looks pretty good to me. I don't have a body paint guy's eye, of course, but it looks okay to me. I don't see anything wrong with it. Johnny's Garage, if you sent me a picture of your car to my email, I will get it in some of my videos if you would like. Yeah, the White Challenger does think, you do think Vanishing Point, don't you? Very true. I haven't watched that movie in a while. I gotta have to watch that one of these days. Again, it's been, well, probably a few years since I've watched it. I don't know if any of you guys remember a website called Justin T. And I used to stream like old car movies, and Vanishing Point was one of them. Vanishing Point and a bunch of old biker movies and car movies and stuff. For that much, but I downloaded them from somewhere. I don't remember. And put them on there. There was all kinds of copyright issues with that whole mess of the website, and it went away. I don't believe it exists anymore. It was fun while it lasted. Yeah, Johnny, if you look at any of my videos in the description, there's a email address you can send your pictures to, and I'll, if you would like, and let me know what you want to put up on the screen as far as your name, or if you have a channel that you'd like to promote or anything like that. Sky, you just bought the movie Vanishing Point in Blu-ray. Becky says there's a white Hellcat that keeps cruising down the street. Sounds and looks really sweet. I bet you look at it and go, "Oh man, it's your car's big brother." Hey, you guys always feel free if you have a channel or anything else you'd like. Hey, you guys always feel free if you have a channel or anything else you'd like to promote. You can do that on here in the chat here, or in the comments on my videos, or if you want to send me a picture of your car and what you want on the screen, I can put that up there for you too. Or just your name for that matter. If you just want to put your name up, that's cool too. Doesn't matter. I don't have to be promoting anything other than I want to show off my car. Oops, gotta move that. Got a decent crowd, and we're going on an hour now. We got 13. We were up to like 18 people once. That was pretty good. Sky says a lot of people don't realize that off the line, the Sky Pack will beat a Hellcat if you can launch the damn thing. Of course, Hellcats are just as hard or harder. I think my Scat Pack's a little quicker than the Tesla if I got a good launch. But the Tesla launch is good almost every single time that I've tried it. And the Scat Pack is about 1 out of 4 times I get it. You start spinning, or if you try really hard not to spin, you bog down a little bit. Oh. Uh-oh. I started the first yawn of the night, guys. I think that was the first one. Yeah, we need to erase the cars in Mexico somewhere. Yeah, every time. It's hard. Yeah, I want to get both. I want to get both cars cleaned up really nice, which we're in the middle of a blizzard now, so it's not going to happen anytime soon. And then get out and get some pictures and video of both cars at the same time together. And then I also like to do some videos comparing the two, and maybe a little racing in Mexico or something. Oh, I figured out how to get it set for my the Tesla. I figured out today how to get it set up for my steering wheel and mirrors and everything the way I like them. And then so she can have hers and I can have mine. What else today? A couple other things today. We were messing around before the movie. Just learning a couple things at a time because like I said, I haven't had a lot of time to get out there and play around with it. You can't get Sirius XM on it, which I have in the Challenger. So, but it does have a bunch of internet radio and tune in, and you can get Spotify, and you can get Slacker radio, a bunch of other stuff. It's pretty cool. So, been playing around with a couple things, been getting the hang of it. There was a nasty looking um, uh, Nissan GTR in town a few days ago. Pretty pretty quick little car. I shouldn't say pretty, very quick little car. He kept checking me out and stuff. I think it's the same one I saw like a year ago. I'm not sure. It looks like he's done some stuff to it. It looked a little different, but I think it was the same guy. But I didn't feel like getting my ass kicked, so he was, I think, trying to get me to follow him out to the highway, but I didn't. I didn't go. I mean, it still would have been fun even to get beat, but I just had a bad feeling, like at that moment, like, yeah, don't do this right now. So I went with my gut feeling. Maybe would have got a ticket or arrested or something. I don't know. All this talk of the challenges, you had to go check the Dodge website. Yeah, Dave. I used to spend so much time on the website, and then for a while quite a while, I was looking for used Challengers, Sky Packs, and stuff, and I spent so much time on Car Gurus and a bunch of all the other ones. That was my favorite, was Car Gurus. And then there's another couple of websites where you can take over somebody's lead. Checking into that a little bit. Glad I didn't do that. Trying to figure out what the hell is on my arm. Joey, does Google AdSense send you a check, or do they wire? It goes into the bank every the 21st of the month. Yeah, I don't think they do checks anymore. Or it depends on the country you're in, but I think when you're U.S. has to be direct deposit. At least last time I checked, mine's always been direct deposit. I'm not a big fan of direct deposit stuff, but it is what it is. So that's the way they do it. Ours didn't go in on the 21st, this last one. I was like, what the hell? It was just my bank, though. Because I went into the AdSense and it said that last payment was a certain amount, and that it went in and that it was sent on the whatever, but then my bank weird. Took a couple days for some reason. I guess it was right before the holidays and stuff. So I don't know what the deal was, but yeah, a lot of stuff's direct deposit only now, which is sort of a pain in the butt. PayPal used to be able to get a check from PayPal. I don't think you can anymore if you sell stuff, like say on eBay or whatever. Back in the day, you could request a check and it would take a week and a half for it to come, but you could request a check if you wanted to. Now they don't do that. Now it goes to your PayPal account, and then you can transfer it to your bank account if you want to. Johnny's Garage, you live close to a Tesla dealer. In Utah, so you see some on Salt Lake City, Utah. So you see some nice ones. Cool. Yeah, there's some nice ones. I like it. They're cool cars, and if we're gonna do an electric type car, I think that's the one to get. So, and not electric stuff's not really my thing, but Kim's really into that kind of stuff. So, I'm glad that we got the one we did. If we got to do it, let's do Tesla. I don't worry too much about that stuff, Sky. Yeah, Sky had one really big video, so you got to get the subscribers, the views, and the watch time and all that, and then you can. I'm like 200 miles from the nearest Tesla dealer. They delivered ours to the house. Yeah, that's way more views than I've had on any of my best videos. I think still under 100,000 is 90 something. I don't have any 100,000 view videos. I've got some 90s and some 80s and 70s and 60s and things like that. Yeah, 387. That's a good one. No, just keep doing it, man. Keep making them videos. That's what it takes. You got to get that one big one, and then get a few. You know, if you can get a certain percentage of those people to keep watching you, and then you get a couple other big ones here and there, and the next thing you know, you're doing well. I think my biggest video is the one I made the morning that what's his name? Family Cruising got arrested. I just happened to see the news story before anybody else, and I made a video before anybody else about it, and I did really, really well with that one video. Then, of course, I followed it up with a couple of follow-ups to that video, which did pretty good. Not as good as the original one, but I had a video up a few hours before anybody else, and so that went pretty well for me. Unfortunately, it was on the back of someone else's misfortune, but that's, you know, I always report on like Mopar stuff and Challenger, Charger news and Mopar news and other companies' news and other YouTuber news. So it wasn't like I was doing something I don't normally do. He's a good guy. And actually, his mother-in-law sent me a message thanking me for the video that I had made. And he's actually, before he got arrested, he had mentioned my channel on his channel a couple of times. We had a little bit of correspondence back and forth. So I used to do more stupid stuff in the car than I do now until I seen other people starting to get in trouble, and I started thinking, better watch it. And they don't get you that many views, really, because everybody's doing it. Unfortunately, the things that get you views are negative stuff. Like if something bad happens, that's when you get all the views. That's why you see so many guys, like, they get a flat tire, so they make a video that says, you know, I destroyed my Challenger. And then you watch the video, and it's like, oh, he ran over a piece of wood that had a nail sticking out of it. But he got 200,000 views out of it because he put, I ruined my Challenger. Yeah, you get pulled over. That'll get you a few. Yeah, get views on live PD. The police around here would probably, if I asked them just to pull up behind me and make it look like I'm pulled over and let me get some pictures and video. Yeah, when people do donuts in the middle of interstates and things, that's just crazy. I always don't know who's dumber, the people that are doing the donuts or the ones that are standing around watching them and getting run over. They're both equally not very bright. Surround sound, what's going on? You still love your RT Challenger? You've been driving it since July. Sweet, man. Yeah, they're great cars. There's fun cars and great looking cars. And I'm still in love with my Scat Pack after 2.5 years. I still look back at it when I park it somewhere. I still take a look at it before I close the garage door. And sometimes I just go out there to look at it. You know, I'm not going to drive it, so I never get tired of it. Have a puppy fart in a cat's face. Yeah, it needs. Yeah, my subscription rate's kind of plateaued out lately. I've been at like 35 or 3,600 for quite a while. Yeah, exactly. Blue suit. People are getting the problem with that is because it works. If you put something dramatic in the title and the thumbnail, and it turns out they were low on tire pressure. I was almost killed. I only had 25 pounds of pressure in one of the tires. But people will click it and watch it. Yeah, they'll get chastised for it after everybody's watched it and they got their money. Doing good, man. Just hanging out, listening to the wind blow. It's picked up again, it sounds like, and snowing and staying warm in here, chatting with you guys. Been an hour and 10 minutes already. Damn, hour and 12 minutes. Johnny's Garage. Your Scat Pack was amazing. It was a 6-speed cool. I think everybody hates clickbait to a certain point, but then we all click on it, So I do it a little bit, but I try not to go overboard with it. Like if something, I'll try to make the title sound interesting if I can, and the thumbnail, but I try not to be too misleading. Sky One, your friend Mad Dog Life did a video of him taking his grandma for a ride in his Mustang Boa, and that's hilarious. Cool. I like those when the people do the reaction videos. Those are always fun, especially if it's the kind of person that normally wouldn't be riding in a car like that, whether it's a grandma or an old guy or just somebody who you wouldn't normally. Surround sound. The Prius is now belongs to Kim's son. We got the Tesla and sold the Prius to him. Just a sharpens pitchfork. I'm just going to make a bunch of videos this week that say, I destroyed my Scat Pack, or Scat Pack ruined, blew up my engine. I don't know. Scat Pack ruined, blew up my engine. I don't know. Picture of me in handcuffs in front of the car with the cops behind me. Oh, the Tesla. Yeah, loving it so far. I haven't had a lot of chance to do much with it. I've driven it a couple of times basically, but she uses it all the time and she loves it. And it's really cool. It's a lot of fun and it's very, very, does a lot of crazy stuff. It's fun though. It's cool. I like it. After the check, Granny ride along to Walmart Mustang reaction. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, I always like the reactions, really, whether it's their girlfriend or their grandma or their brother or dad or boss. It's always fun to watch those. I've made a couple of those. My sister, my daughter, a couple of friends. Yeah, what does everybody think of the black top package on the Challenger, especially on the black? Is it worth it? I don't know. Some of those packages are, man, they're awful expensive for what you get, but then they're cool. Yeah, the snow's kicking her butt here the last couple of days. Surround sound. It's winter has definitely showed up finally. We had a little bit of snow a couple times this year, but this is the first time we've really had a whole lot. Yeah, black on black on black on black with some black and then some black treatments. Yeah, Becky's car is cool. She's got the RT Classic thing or whatever. That is really cool. Those are like a throwback kind of, and they are anyways. But hey, man, what's up, Vincent? Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming back into the old chat room or live stream room. I'm old school. I still call it a chat room. How's it going? We're freezing our butts off here. Doing the usual Sunday night stream and falling asleep because I've been up. I worked 45 hours the last 3 days, so I'm a little worn out. Yeah, definitely Sky. Now you can get a good deal on a Challenger right now. Yeah, because nobody's thinking of that kind of car in the winter. But yeah, once spring hits, it's kind of like motorcycles. You can't sell a motorcycle this time of year. But once the weather starts to turn, guys and girls start thinking about more fun summertime stuff, and it's a lot easier to sell that kind of stuff. Therefore, you get a better price for it. Usually, when I've sold a lot of motorcycles over the years, I usually try to sell them in. I usually start listing them like in March because that's when the thoughts start to turn around to okay, spring and summer are just around the corner. Tail Happy's out of here. Thanks, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here as always, man. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, dude. Yeah, John, I think you can do aftermarket stuff, but then it's not the fit, so I don't know. You can get all that stuff done aftermarket for cheaper than the package, but then when it's the package, it's the package. So down the road, it might be worth more to somebody down the road, since it's factory. There's an awful lot of money extra for just appearance stuff. Night Tail Happy. Surround Sound Freak says if you haven't, or you should make a Facebook group. Let's all get subscribers, have a place to get to know you and others better to share our car passion. I do have a Joey 66 Facebook page, as well as my personal Facebook page, which you guys are welcome to request a friend on there. Joey Freeman, Superior, Nebraska. I kind of like the all black look. Everything black looks pretty cool to me with the gloss and the flat contrasting and all that. John, you saw a Sky. Sky says, John, I saw a video where they lined up 50 challengers. Decide what color. Oh, cool. So you kind of got to look at everything. I think the reason we decided on Octane Red on ours was, like I said, it was a last minute decision, but we had just been watching one of the sneak peek of at the time the Demon was just getting ready to come out. Whoops. At the time, the Demon was just getting ready to come out, and I screwed up my computer here. There we go. And one of the little teaser video things that they did was a Demon in Octane Red. And that was like the first time that it really caught my eye. And then we saw a car in Octane Red, and that's why we chose it. Both of those things happened right before we picked the color. My phone's jingling here. I better see what's up. Who's talking to me? I don't know what that was. Let's check on the Tesla, guys. I think I did this last week. The app. It is 36 degrees inside the car right now. It's charging at 6 miles an hour, and it has 5 hours and 10 minutes to go to a full charge. Nope. Hey, it's got the right address on the location. It usually gives the neighbor lady's address. It's actually showing it at my location right now. Yeah, it probably is. Blue suit probably is the cop checking on me, seeing if I learned how to control the vehicle yet. Okay, cool. That's what it was. Cool. I'll get to that later and accept it, of course. So you can like turn on the climate from here and everything before you go out, set it to the temperature you want, and do all that kind of cool stuff. It's pretty neat. It's kind of cool. I have Instagram, Joey66 as well. I'm just kind of starting to get a little more into. I've had it for quite a while, but I haven't really done much. Lately. I've been on there a little bit more, trying to figure it. Nothing really to figure out, but just trying to get a little bit more into it. That's all I have. I got rid of my. Well, I still have a Twitter account. I think I just don't even have the app on my phone any longer. I bored the crap out of me. Think of what famous people have to say all the time. Just, I don't really give a crap. Haven't quite figured out the Twitter thing yet. Why anybody likes it? I'm not really sure. It just bored the crap out of me. Yeah, you're right, Just Dave. I should have done the year-end video of viewer rides. Could have done them all. I could have went back through all the videos I made of viewer rides through the year and included everything that I already had. Yeah, Becky's car is on a viewer ride about 6 or 7 months ago. She did. I had to get it. I had to go find the picture myself, but no. I could do a year-end video of some sort anyway. Everyone else does. Oh, what time is it? Oh, we're getting close. I'm just kidding, Becky. I think I'm going to sleep pretty good tonight. It's cold out. That always helps. Get under the covers, and I'm really tired, so should be good. Yeah, there is one with her car in it. I can't think. It would have been. She's right. It would have been 6 or 7 months ago, somewhere around that range. I can't remember what the title would have been. If it was dedicated to just viewer rides, it would have said that. Some of them I have like maybe another subject on there too, and then viewer rides is included at the end of the video. Depends on, I can't remember how I made that one. I'm getting ready to work on some other video projects with some other people, not for the channel, but on a side thing, which could be interesting. We'll see how that goes. It's kind of funny stuff. So, hopefully it'll be interesting. I think it'll be cool. Looking forward to that. Like I don't have enough crap to do, but that's okay. It's better to be busy than to be doing nothing all the time. It wasn't just a viewer ride one, so yeah, that's gonna be hard to find. Then I'm trying to think what that would have been. John Quinn says, "I wish you had a form or something for this, Joy, but what you do is already awesome. What easy ass would do." I need to get on it a little bit more though. I've been watching a lot of stuff on how to grow your channel and how to get better views and all that stuff. And it seems like one of the main thing is to put something out every day, which is really hard to do. It's harder than it sounds, unless I just get on the camera and, hey guys, here's my video for the day. Well, see ya. It does get hard, especially in the winter. It's pretty tough to make videos, car stuff. It's like, there's the car in the garage and there's the snow. But I do need to get more stuff going, more stuff out there. Maybe I always try to get I try to make a little bit, not too long of videos, but I like to go over 10 minutes. But I kind of think maybe just some more short ones, more of them would be fine too. Yeah, I don't know. The current thinking on like all the people who give advice right now is their current thinking, and stats that they show seems that the channels that do something every day have more, grow faster. And most of the big car guys, the big ones that we can all think of off the top of our head, most of them do something every day. Of course, they've got 7 cars and projects and side businesses and all the other stuff that they do too. So they have a lot more interesting content to put out than I do. I don't have all the car. I got 2 cars now though, at least. So I'm getting there, but yeah, I'm not sure if I would ever build it. If I would ever get to a video a day, that would be hard. Like there's a couple that make like a 20-minute video every single day. Of course, that's their only job too. I try to keep the language down. I do. You'll see some stuff and you'll hear me once in a while say something. And I try to keep the, I've gotten dinged for a couple of things that I did that I thought were very, very tame compared to a lot of the stuff I see. I had a video. I've had 2. Let's see. I had one where I had the dog in the car, and she's a golden retriever with the red hair, and I put the title was "Naughty Redhead Rides in the Challenger." Well, it was the dog. It got demonetized for being inappropriate just because of the title, which I thought was ridiculous. Obviously, they didn't watch the video; they just didn't like the title. And then the other one, I had slow motion of washing the car and the soap dripping down the front. And that one was pretty racy because I did put audio clip with the soap dripping, an audio clip of a girl who was enjoying herself. We'll just say that. And that got demonetized. I went back and I took that audio out and just put music over it, but they still wouldn't let me have my monetization on that video back. Yeah, they must be cat people. Yeah. So you can't even try to be funny with your title. The naughty redhead rides in the Challenger because they just, that's bad. That's sexual. And now you can't have any kids in the video or anywhere near the video. So you got to be careful with that now. Like even if it's your kid or something and they're riding in the car with you. Yeah, that's pretty dirty. I know. I see stuff where there's people doing they probably do get demonetized or limited monetization where only certain advertisers will advertise on your videos. Because the advertisers they can make the choice if they want to advertise on something that's a little bit racier or not. So if you're trying to sell a wholesome family product, you're not going to want your advertisements popping up on someone's video who's dropping the F-bomb every 2 seconds and whatever, and they certainly have that right. Yeah, you got to be careful with music. I only use music that I'm allowed to use. I get from places that's exactly what they make it for us. So you can put it on your YouTube videos and you can monetize it. But like if you do car shows videos, it sucks because you can't talk because you have to put music. You have to put your own music over anything you do at a car show. Because as you guys probably know and have noticed, every single car show you go to has loud music playing. Therefore, you can't make that video with audio because you'll get copyright strike because some song's on in the background. So you have to so that you can't really do commentary. You can just kind of show the cars and then go home and edit it and put your own music over it. And I don't know. I quit doing those kind of videos because, for one thing, they get boring. They're all the same, and they don't get a lot of views. It's amazing what they can pick up. The music can be like way, way, way in the background. There's people talking and cars running and stuff, and they still pick up that song that you can hear way in the background. So you got to watch out. Your CPM is $11. That's really good. I don't know. I got dinged for one car show video, and it said it tells you where the music is in the video that they picked up, or what. There's like 11 seconds of music in the hours. There was a car running, and we were talking, and it still, like, there was some Beach Boys song or something on in the background. I mean, I can understand if you were putting that music on your video and making money off it. I totally get that, because I've been in the music business. I was in a band and we put out records, and I understand that. I don't want to steal anybody's music. I would never do that. But if it's incidental, it just happens to be in the ambient sound of the area that you're in. You're not using that to. There's a lot of stuff that's tricky. You got to think about a lot of stuff before you make videos. You can't use there's a lot of there's a lot of things where they get people for things that they're allowed to do. They'll demonetize them for reviewing another person's videos or music or something, which you should be able to do, because the copyright law says that you can do that. You can use copyrighted material if you're commenting on it, or you're reviewing it or criticizing it or whatever. You can use it, but on YouTube you'll get trouble for doing it, even though it's perfectly legal from copyright. It's all confusing. Yeah, it is crazy how YouTube algorithms work. I don't know if anybody understands it. The people who run YouTube don't even. It's confusing. Yeah, what they'll do is they'll try to take all your money from that video because there's a song somewhere in it. I've gotten a couple where I got on the video editor that I use, it comes with some music that you can use for whatever you want. You can monetize it. And I did get, someone made a copyright claim on the song that I used off that editor that I have. And then I fought it and I said, hey, this came from this editor, and I named it, and this is the name of the song, and it's on there, and it says I can use it for, when I bought the video editing software, I bought the license to use that song. And a couple of days later, they dropped the whole thing, and I don't know, never did I don't know what the people that filed the copyright claim dropped it. So I don't know if it sounded somehow close to something they had done, or there was a mistake or what. I don't know, but it did get dropped. But it was still kind of sucked. It sucks when you get on your account and there's some kind of problem on there. It makes your heart jump, because look, they can wipe you out in a win. In a second, boom, they could take your whole channel down because you did something wrong. It's kind of scary sometimes after all the work you put in. There's a bunch of people now who do the reaction videos where they react to different bands' music and videos, and or comedians and all that stuff. And it is copyright wise, it is legal what they're doing, because they're commenting on it, they're reviewing it, they're criticizing it, they're whatever, reacting to it. But some of those videos still get taken down because whatever band's record company, publisher, whatever, goes after them. And technically it's perfectly legal for them to do that, and it's not a copyright infringement because they're commenting on Yeah, sometimes you got to re-edit stuff and redo it, and then sometimes they still won't. I have a couple people who have sent me stuff I can use. I use a lot of the, well, I must be getting tired. YouTube has its own audio library, which has actually some pretty good stuff on there. And it's all, you got to be careful because some of it's for, you can use it for anything you want. And you can monetize it. And it's fine. Other ones, it'll say they want you to put the name of the song and the artist and all that stuff in the description or whatever. So you got to be careful that you do it right. Yeah, unsigned bands are cool. They don't. A lot of them will. Artists who want to they want to hear their music and stuff. They'll give it to you. And if you're lucky enough to be a musician of some sort, you can make your own music for your own videos. I use Filmora, Wondershare, or Wondershare Filmora, whatever it's called. It's pretty simple, but it does a lot. I mean, it does way more than I need it to do. I only use like 1% of its capabilities, but it does come with a bunch of music and things like that as well. So between that and the YouTube music library that I can use, and then, like I said, a couple people sent me a few tracks here and there too I could use. You use Sony Vegas? Cool. Hey, Sky's out of here. Cool. Take care, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the great conversation as always. Appreciate it. Keep making those cool videos, man. Well, on that note, guys, we're about 7 or 8 minutes over our usual length, so I think we'll wrap her up and go try to get warm and go to sleep. I'm going to put about 45 blankets on the bed. That guy's animation says nice V6. I don't know who he's talking to, but someone has a nice V6. Welcome to the room, animation. How you doing? We're getting ready to wrap things up for the night, but glad you're here anyway. You guys all take care and stay warm, and if you're somewhere cold like I am. Oh, you got a Dodge Challenger. Oh, you got the GTA all-wheel drive. Cool. I've always wanted to drive one of those. I never got to drive one. I'd like to try one of those out. Sometime I will. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it. You guys rule. As always, keep the conversation going and make everything so easy on me. You guys are the best. I get the best viewers ever, so got to be thankful for that. Thankful for all you guys. Really appreciate it. And I will see you soon. Take care. Stay warm. Bye, guys.